Well, you've probably guessed it from my gloves that we are now ready to do some more potatoes. Now, I don't really know how this is going to go because these potatoes have been left here for quite a while now. I'd probably say I've left them since probably about a month and a half ago because I wanted all of these to dry out. We did have a lot of rain back in the back at the time when I did start waiting for them, and they pretty much died over by themselves. As you can see, there's barely anything on the top, and I planted these on the 7th of March this year, so that's an important date to remember as we get rid of these, because we're gonna see how well these have actually produced, which means getting one of those ready so I can basically take all of this out to plonk into here. I'm going to chuck some of the rubbish stuff and try and save some of the compost. So I'm just going to pull the worst of that up. Literally just a handful of tap now. So it means that these are properly done, I think. So I'm just going to scrape back some of the soil and then just gently rub it between my hands to see if we can save any of this. Yeah, this looks good. Here we go. Already some potatoes near the top, which we didn't have in the last couple of batches. But like I said, it was quite wet, if you remember. And okay, so we've got a itsy bitsy one there. What I'm going to do when I put them on the tray, I'm going to try and grade them as I go. But I've got a couple already there. This looks promising. Just rub the worst off. Another one. Another one, another two. They're not overly big, but although these ones are, that's a reasonable size. I mean, if you remember, again, we did have a bad yield, didn't we? Because of all of the rain from March, April, and then a bit of May. And then we've had the scorching sun, where we've kind of been waiting for everything to dry out. Oh, here we go. Oh, these are a bit better. Or maybe it pays to wait a little longer. These seem like reasonable sizes, don't they? This is much better than the few pots that I picked up previous. I'm going to keep digging to see what else we find. I'll report back once I've got to the bottom. I mean, I've got to be honest here, I don't think I'm ecstatic, but better sizes, that's for sure, 1000%. So as far as that, the yield has been better, but I don't know if it's been worth it. It's making me want to dig up this pot now, because if I'm processing them, washing them, and then prepping them, I might as well do a whole tray full, isn't it? So I might give this one a little dig, see what's in this one as well, and then we know what we've got from 2 pots. Let's do that one. It's not a horrendous start, is it really? We've still got something. This pot was done on the 7th of March, so it's been quite a while. I don't know if you can hear that. If I get the mic closer, you can hear how dry it is. But, that means we've done a good job at drying it out. So now I'm just going to take handfuls of this, just sieve through it. I'm going to do the same sort of thing. I'm going to dig through this and then we'll see what yield we get. Hopefully it'll do a little bit better than the last pot. Although these are much better sizes, which I am happy about. Again, looking at it, This is the yield, so it's mainly this half of the tray. But look at the size of them. They look much better compared to the ones over that side. So that is technically 2 pots now of those. I have got many more to do still. Do I carry on? I don't know. Let's see what's in the next one. Look, he's here. Hey, bird. You're right there, pal. So this one, again, is exactly the same, 7th of March. A lot of grass has grown in this one. I think that might have something to do with the birds and self-seeding some of the feed that we give them. This is much drier again. Now actually, I don't remember if this was a different type of compost, because this looks like the chaff looking stuff that we used very early on. I'm actually thinking about it, I think it was. Well, hello. Now there's some good sizes. Well, la-dee-da. Some of them are a bit weird looking, but that's okay. So it's a decent size. Now, as a comparison, one of these little potatoes is probably the same sort of size as the first batch, with the best being maybe like that size. But now we're looking at ones that actually fit in the palm comfortably. So leaving it for 18 weeks, even though the bag said 12, seems to have done the trick. But then as we sift through, we're actually getting more bigger ones, which is fantastic news. Oh my goodness. Look at that handful of spuds. Well, safe to say that I think we've got a tray's worth of potatoes now. So that's good. Actually, it's not good, it's great. There are still quite a few smaller ones in here, like these mini ones. But what can you do? I think it's just a part of the process, really. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go through the rest of these, and we'll have another look at the end, I think. What can we say? It is quite a yield, and this tray is quite heavy. I wonder if it's about 1 kilogram here. Looking at all of them, they look really fresh, they look really good. And actually, some of the sizes, they're reasonable. I mean, how big are Lady Crystals meant to be? I'm not expecting baked potatoes, but these are reasonable sizes, aren't they? I'd say that's still a pretty good yield. Anyway, I don't think I can complain. The only people that can complain are farmers, because they have real issues going on. And Jeremy Clarkson, of all people, highlighted that in his show on Clarkson's Farm. And I was actually inspired to do this myself because of him. Let me go more into that now, after I visited his pub. After visiting the pub, I completely changed how I think about food. I started growing my own. I cleaned up my diet and even lost weight. It wasn't planned, but it was helped with one small shift in mindset, and it all came from watching Clarkson's Farm. I wrote everything down and turned it into a short ebook. Inspired by the man himself, I've called it How Hard Can It Be? You can learn all about how I began growing food, and I share my thoughts on something really controversial, why most people won't be doing it themselves. If you want it, it is completely free. Just join my mailing list in the link in the description and I will send it across to you for free. Just one more time, did I mention it's free? Right, let's get back into the main video. And like I said, it is free, so make sure you check it out. It's linked in the description. Anyway, I think that's a reasonable yield. I'm happy with that. I'm going to make some good chips, or maybe crisps, or something else. Maybe potato salad or something. Who knows? What's left to say is thanks very much for watching. If you got anything from us, make sure you like and subscribe, and make sure you check out the next video over on the channel. See you over there. Yeah, we're going to have some chips tonight, I think. Look at all of these.